Hey, what's up, everybody? BDL44 coming at you with another video. All right, so the score was 124-118, and the Lakers got the victory in Charlotte. And boy, was that game a lot more interesting than it needed to be. So much more interesting than it needed to be. A lot of great stuff in the first half. I encourage everybody to go check out my my halftime reaction. I was thrilled with what I saw in the first half. Second half, not so much. We shot so many three-point shots in that second half. We were playing not to lose instead of being aggressive in trying to gain the win, and played down to the level of the opponent to the point where they were able to cut it all the way to 4. We were up by as much as, God knows, probably like 20-something points. Just pathetic choke job by the Los Angeles Lakers in the end. After a really, really phenomenal first half of working together, getting points in the paint. We had 78 points in the paint. We probably would have had 100 points in the paint if we would have just did the same thing in the second half that we did in the first. But we started shooting threes, man. Super, super three happy. Unnecessarily three happy. That didn't match the percentages because we were shooting under 30% from behind the arc and just kept launching them. It was extremely irritating. And meanwhile, you know, the other team was connecting on their shots, and we were turning the ball over. On top of that, 17 turnovers for your LA Lakers. Awful turnover session. We lucky to win, man. We very lucky to win. I'm not sitting up here singing praises like I thought I would be. This was not how you do it. Not how you do it. I love what I saw from AD, triple-double, third of his career, 15 points, 26 points, I believe, 15 rebounds, 26 points, I think 11 assists. I'm not really sure how that went. Braun also chipped in with, I think, 26 or 28 points. Who was one of these guys had 28 points? I think it was D'Lo and AD, I think, had 26. Braun had 28. I think that's how that went. 7 rebounds, 4 assists, I believe, for Braun. Austin Reeves had 9 points, 11 assists. Rui also had 9 points. Torian had 9 points. Tale of two halves. You know, you got to give credit to the Charlotte Hornets, though. They had some dudes really ball out, man. Brandon Miller is going to be a super duper star of the highest order. He is going to be unbelievable. We saw a little glimpse of that tonight when he just started ringing out threes down the stretch of the basketball game in clutch time. I mean, it was like, whoa, okay. I think he walked out of there with like 34 points, 5 threes or something like that. And, of course, Miles Bridges, one of the most underrated players in basketball, if you ask me, walked out of there with 41 points, even though he tried shooting a 3 over AD that probably should have went to Brandon Miller. And Smith, I think it was Nick Smith, shot one of the worst threes you'll ever see. He tried to shoot the thing from the logo. They were only down by 7 with like 3 minutes to go or something like that, and he ended up shooting that trash. Definitely something that should not have happened. I thought it was Ish Smith who had actually shot that, but when I looked at Ish Smith's stats, he didn't have an attempt, so maybe it was Nick. Whatever the case may be, one of them Smiths took one of the worst shots you ever see in your life. But they were able to withstand that and still get it even closer from there because we kept shooting threes ourselves. And in turn, shooting ourselves in the foot and giving them every opportunity to take this basketball game from us. Naturally enough, the Charlotte Hornets don't know how to win. Even if you try to hand them a win, they don't know how to take it. And that's what we saw. A team just didn't know what to do, even though they had a young superstar going nuts down there. All they had to do was feed him the ball. But, you know, bad teams will find a way to lose, and luckily enough, we played a bad team tonight. I don't know, man. I think we fell right into what our DNA is. We show up for big games, fall asleep for the small ones. This was a good first half of being focused, but once we thought we had the win, we took our foot off the gas, started doing play not to lose type stuff, settling for 3-point shots, not being aggressive, and ultimately played back into the narrative of who we are. We didn't show up. Only for one half of basketball. I thought the Lakers felt the Hornets were supposed to just roll over. You know what I mean? We've beat you. You die now. Like, that type of stupid crap. Like, no, that's not how that works. Not with a killer like Brandon Miller down there. Nah. Brandon Killer is serious. That's going to be his nickname from here on out for me. Brandon Killer is serious. Yeah, I ain't going to play with him like that. I'll tell you right now, that's a murderer. And I don't know if Charlotte's going to ever put a real team around him. But, yeah, he's going to slaughter people. I'm just letting y'all know. That is a killer, bro. And LaMelo it didn't play tonight, as I said. I was very pleased with that. Hayward didn't play tonight. I'm very pleased with that. But if I'm the Charlotte Hornets, it's his team. Sorry, Melo. That's the winner right there. He's the winner. Melo's flashy, but I don't think it translates to winning. He could certainly help winners. But Brandon Miller is the winner. Killer is the winner of that team. He's going to be the guy that's going to get them as far as they're ever going to go. Put it like that. They just got to build around him properly for the first time in their entire lives. Charlotte Hornets need to put together a real team with the intention of actually winning because they have somebody who could do something. That part was proven to me tonight. So, yeah, Brandon Killer, man. That is what I took from that game. We need to go get Miles Bridges, though. If there's a way we can find a way to get him on the squad, Miles Bridges, we need to do that now. I know the Lakers are interested in getting Dorian Finney-Smith. Cut all the names that you're looking for out and target him. Get him now. Big size, someone capable of getting 41 points on the basketball floor, someone capable of defending the best player in certain situations because his defense is much better than what we were able to see. That's an all-star every year. It really is, man. We need to go ahead and get him before people start realizing how much talent he holds. Go get Miles Bridges tomorrow. Get him. I'm serious, man. He's a massive upgrade from Rui Hachimura. Massive. And we love Rui, but Rui is not as good as him. He just ain't. And that part was on display tonight as well. So if it costs me Rui to get him, I'm doing it. I'm doing it. So, yeah, these are the type of things that I'm just considering, man. Charlotte showed me a lot, man. Nick Richards did not impress at all. I did not like what I saw from him. He was AD food out there. P.J. Washington played okay. I thought he was pretty good. And, that's kind of what I was doing, was watching the Charlotte Hornets. I knew what we can do. I knew where we were at. And I knew at the second half we weren't doing a whole lot of anything. But shooting threes and ultimately playing down to the level of the opponent to let them right back in it. And they would have won it if they would have just done winning things down the stretch of the basketball game. That's what I take from it. They would have won it. Lakers, we just are who we are, man. I hate to say it, but nothing in this road trip has really made me feel any different about this team than going into this road trip. We win all the games that are big, national televised games against rival teams where it's really, we get up for those games. And games like Charlotte, even when we try to get up for those games, our DNA is to, when we think we've won, start trash. Nah, we cool. No killer instinct as a team. In games like this specifically, no killer instinct. It's like, we don't want to beat them by 106 points. We just want to seal the win and we want to relax. And I don't think that is a championship mentality, man. All the teams that I know of that win championships, they win games by 50, 60 points. Because the other team ain't playing no defense. And we're able to get wherever we want all over the floor. And the only thing we weren't doing correctly was shooting a three, and that's all we wanted to do in the second half. It's just like, how many times are you going to watch this lead dwindle down to nothing? From 20 to 18 to 15, and we just keep shooting threes, work the ball around three. It's like, that's not what got you this lead, man. The interior scoring discrepancy is where we're killing them, dunking on them, laying the ball up, passing the ball around. Working it from the inside, and then the few threes that we hit were worked around because we had gained enough respect in the paint that they had to clog the paint. And maybe that's what they did. Maybe greater basketball minds would say, well, we just took what the defense gave us. But we got to take more. This is a bad defensive team. And if you got that much success out of them in the first half, how the hell can't you get that same success in the second half? So I'm irritated, personally. Irritated because I was so entertained and so excited about us turning the corner as it pertains to this narrative of us not being a very good team against bad teams. And in the second half, they showed me every single thing that plays right into that. And I just think we're at square one. I don't think we're any better than this. We're a 500 ball club. We're 2 games above 500, but same thing. And I expect to lose games that we're not supposed to lose, and I expect to show up for big games. That's it. Until we get someone or some ones in here that can help change that DNA and put some killer instinct in these guys and some pride in stomping people out to the highest order, then we're just going to be playing to get the victories that ultimately we hope we can seal. And if we're playing against a bad team and they happen to want to come back into the game, we'll probably let them in. And that's with Bron, AD on the floor. You know what I'm saying? So I wasn't impressed, man. Overall, I was not impressed. The first half was some of the best offensive basketball we played all season. But in the second half was some of the most lousy, choking, play down to the level of the opponent, non-killer instinct, matador defense, turn the ball over garbage that you would ever see, man. That was garbage. Tale of two halves, man. So that's what I take from it, man. I ain't really interested in even giving the game ball to nobody. I get a game ball to Miller. Like, he was the one who really showed some killer instinct out there. Obviously, AD gets the game ball because he had the triple-double, was making plays, rebounding the ball, scoring, doing a lot of good things out there. I like what I saw from Christian Wood as well. He gets an honorable mention for how well he used his minutes. Max Christie showed us that he still has some pop. I thought that he probably should have got some more minutes in the second half, but of course we had to play Torian, so ain't no sense in being unreasonable here. Torian had 19 minutes, most of which were okay, but you know, he was aggressive. A lot of what was going wrong defensively was happening with him on the floor, but I don't necessarily think it was his fault. You know, it was just stuff going on while he was down there that wasn't all that positive. And those were kind of the minutes that we saw the Hornets get back in the game, if I'm being completely honest with you. And the dynamic that really worked in the first half was Rui, Bron, AD, Austin, and D'Lo. Because as I said in the halftime video, you have to account for every level of the floor offensively with those guys. You can't leave any space open for anybody or you can get knocked down. And I just thought that we were able to take advantage of that so much more than we were able to in other situations. And not to mention, on the other side, we have guys who, you know, play some defense. D'Lo and Austin's defense was a little better tonight, and Rui played some great defense, scoring. Blocking shots and rebounding the ball and putting another big body down there that had to be accounted for. And I just thought we played better with Rui on the floor with those four. I really do. When you put Torian in, it's just it's a different dynamic, and not a better one. So, you know, I thought that's kind of how it went. And so, you know, at the end of the day, the Lakers just shot too many damn threes, man. Way too many threes in the second half. It was rather ridiculous, honestly. Just absolutely ridiculous. But didn't negate for what they did in the first half, and luckily enough, that was a big enough cushion so that you didn't get completely overcame there, because that's kind of what was happening. If we wouldn't have done everything we did in the first half, every point we scored, they would have had enough to come back, man. We made just enough plays and down the stretch with AD and Bron being aggressive at the end, guys hitting some of the threes that they needed to hit at the end, and then playing better, good defense down the stretch, particularly AD blocking that Miles Bridges shot, which was huge for us. You know what I mean? We were able to overcome a Mamba-like rush from Brandon Miller. He was putting on a Mamba-like rush, man. He wears number 24. He looked like him out there to me. I mean, 1 3 after another. Boom, boom, boom. I think he hit like 3 or 4 threes in a row. And his team was down by like 7. He hit a 3. Boom. They go down by 6, hit a 3. Boom. Like, God, man, this dude is really killing us. So, and naturally enough, our coach put Torian on him in the final play. Luckily enough, they didn't think well enough to get him the ball. But that was what I saw, man. Just an epic and really embarrassing choke job by my Los Angeles Lakers, ultimately, after really playing very well against a very bad basketball team, missing half of what they have. Nothing to cry home, nothing to be impressed with, ultimately. Not ultimately. Good individual stats from Bron, AD, D'Lo. They all played great individually. Austin, I thought the individual stats was great. I thought the team game in the first half was amazing. We played great team ball in the first half. So that you know, is definitely what it was. And in the second half, just lazy 3-point bricking, man, and turnovers. That's what you saw. Just every way possible to let Charlotte back in the game. Might as well have just sat down and let them shoot around by themselves. That's how bad it was. So that's what I took from it, man. Lakers don't never allow me to just enjoy a damn win against these type of teams. Never. They have to always do something to make me complain or be angry or be frustrated. It's just the lack of killer in our squad, man. You know, as a whole. We showed it in the first half. It looked like we were going to take control of this game and lay this team down flat like they're supposed to be beaten. But nah, not us. We get to a point where we see the score looking our direction and we just say, you know what, let's chill. 6-minute mark, we put the ball on the floor. Let's run clock. That's not what got you here. And we've gotten on LeBron's case about that about 2 years ago. It was a game, I think it was against the Celtics, where we started doing that crap with a lead. They came back and beat us because we started playing not to lose. I remember distinctively screaming and hollering at the camera after that basketball game. And this one reminded me of that. We just got to a point where we thought, you know what? The clock is going to beat this team. We don't have to. And I keep telling whoever watches me in regards to this team, games like that, you deserve to lose. If the other team does everything right while you're doing that, they're going to beat you. Because they're playing with a sense of urgency that you're not matching them with. And in the first half, you gave them something that ultimately you didn't keep going. So guess what? They're coming back at you responding to what it is you did, not what it is you're doing. And as a result, they're going to overcome your energy. Same thing I said about the Brooklyn game. The energy just was not matched. And I swear, if that team would have had just a little more teamwork on their end to say, you know what, yeah, I got 39 points and my career high is 38. I want to continue to add on. But Brandon Miller hit 3 threes in a row. Let me just work the ball around to my number one, and we can get out of here with a possible victory if we just continue to feed the hot hand. Nah, Miles Bridges wasn't on that. And because he had that mentality, it gave us the win. Smith out there shooting bad threes. If that would have been a captured possession, that could have put them closer to getting the win. They just did the wrong things, and that's why they lost. And thank God they did. So that's really what I got to say, man. Bad Lakers, bad. Negated everything I said about y'all at halftime, coming out there shooting threes and turning the ball over and just playing like the clock is supposed to beat the team instead of us. Not happy. We won, but I'm not happy. BDL 44, I thank y'all for watching. I'm out.